You want, hon? Do you want to go inside or what? What do you want to go inside or what? Good girl. Good girl. Go pee pee. Go pee pee. Hey, John. Go pee pee, hon. You want to go inside? Good girl. You're feeling good, huh? Good girl. I'll be right out here, hon. Hey, Faye. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yesterday compared to today, I gave her another pain pill today. I have 5 days worth and might as well use them. I know she was in pain. Yeah, man, it's like came right back. Isn't that crazy? Lucky I was able to get that done last night. Hey, I see you. No, John, I haven't. I'll ask about it for you. That's where I went to the vet last night, and my buddies is from Conyers, and they'll know all about it. Um, to answer your question, no. I have asked before, is there any good barbecue in uh, Conyers? And he said no. So I'm assuming there's not. There's a place in downtown Madison. There's like a little like cutesy, artsy place that has really good barbecue. I got it like God over a year ago when I came here, and I've mentioned it to the people that I know that live there, and nobody knows about it. It's weird. I can get you the name of that if you want. Well, I asked him about that, Simkin. He said he actually, she could have made it until Tuesday. It's not, as I mentioned, that was the omentum, and I didn't know what the hell it was sticking out of there. To tell you the truth, scared the hell out of me. Um, I thought it was like I was just imagining her organs popping out through this 4-inch hole that was possibly going to get bigger. Oh, it's in Augusta? I don't think they'd know about that. I don't. If you ever go to that, is it the Hildebrand or Heidelberg or that old sandwich shop in downtown Augusta? Have you ever been there? I don't know about that barbecue. I'll ask, but they're not that familiar with Augusta. That's 80 miles to the or 60 miles to the east. I mean, they may. I'll find out. Yeah, as I said before, though, I'll tell you, it was absolutely fascinating to be able to be back there and help him with that. It's just, God, I mean, the miracle of anesthesia. Yeah, she's doing well. Yep, doing well. I told you how I figured that out. And, she got up like she was going to walk and just like stop like a statue. And I thought, God, that's weird. And then, she hasn't bled at all. And I put her up in the bed and I noticed a little spot of blood. And I thought, wow, I wonder what the hell's bleeding. Because I've never seen her chewing the stitches, which she didn't do. And I picked her up like a baby, from the front arms and looked. And it's like, oh my God, man, her guts are coming out. And I asked the vet that, and he said that's just a natural reaction to animals. They know their damn guts are coming out, and they just stop. They quit moving. Yeah, I'll look that up. I'll look that up, John. I sure will. I haven't. I'll tell you, if you want absolute excellent food, I'm not kidding you. It's worth the trip. They're only open Thursday through Sunday, and that's that Pigaboos in Thompson. That is the best food I've had in a long time. Honest to God, those are the best chicken wings I've ever got anywhere. I mean, that's kind of an oxymoron. It's like the best hamburger, but this guy has got cooking down to a science. Their food is excellent. But I really, they're really that good. But it's always subjective. That's why I don't leave negative reviews unless it's something like off the charts, like super dirty or that people are rude or something like that. But just because I don't like the taste of food, I just don't feel comfortable in leaving a permanent opinion when it could be wrong. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. They've got that Heavy's. That was in that movie Sweet Home Alabama. That's right down the street a couple miles. And that is by far the dirtiest restaurant I've ever been in my life. How that place is allowed to stay open is a mystery. And I'm not really a fanatic on that. I mean, I don't want it to be a total pig pen, but it's not like I'm running around with a magnifying glass looking for dirt. Shit, some of these barbecue places I've eaten in Detroit are, you're not rolling the dice there, and you never will. Oh, your mother maiden name was Conyers. Oh, okay. Today it was on and off lightning. You know how it is with lightning. I won't, I don't want to say I got close to getting struck, but I can tell you this: I've had it bust off about 15 feet from me twice. I hitchhiked out to Big Bend National Park one time with a tent as a teenager, and I was in a lightning thunderstorm came through there, and it was like just wrecking everything. People were screaming, and I there was a bolt that was probably 10, 15 feet from my tent, just disintegrated this tree. I came flying out of my tent, and I actually cut my back. It was one of those tents that had a double roof, so you didn't get a lot of condensation. You had the tent, and then about 4 inches above that, you had another roof that was waterproof, so ventilation could get through. And I was scared the hell out of me. I mean, I was out of that tent as I was waking up. I cut my damn back, really a big scrape from about the top of my neck all the way down to the middle of my back. Hurt like hell for about 2 weeks. And another time I was messing around in my garage in Florida. I had one big old bolt blast off about 15 feet. And down here, uh, I mean, like always, you never know where lightning's going to strike. You think you do, the tallest thing, all that kind of stuff. That's what's so funny about today. It just goes to show you that there were taller trees all over around there, and here, for whatever reason, it picked those two. And it did left about 100 pounds of wood on the ground. I mean, it wasn't like a massive strike, but I sure as hell glad that I wasn't standing underneath it. And I had a neighbor in Florida get a horse struck by lightning, killed it. And I didn't know him, but I know of people that had some cattle getting struck. Hey, Perry. And I would love to sit out here and I'll do if like they're off in the distance. I would love to sit out here during lightning, but I don't because it's a metal roof. As soon as they get close, I go inside. I mean, how stupid can you get? Hey, Salty Girl. Hey, Mystique. Daisy wanted to go inside. Hey, Tassie. Happy birthday. Oh, oh, good for you. I'm not even in Michigan anymore, Tassie. I'm down in Georgia. Yeah, Florida's the lightning capital of the world. Actually, there's a guy that I don't know if it's Florida State or the University of Florida. There's a guy that wrote a book on lightning that I bought a long time ago. It was really interesting. Yep. They get the most lightning strikes over around Titusville, Cape Canaveral. It's like the number one place in the world, or at least it was when that book came out. Yeah, if you look on YouTube, there's a video that just came out or it was recommended recently of a lady. It shows her going out on her doorbell camera or whatever it is, and it doesn't show her getting hit, but she got struck by lightning and killed, and the dogs lived. And it shows another one of a guy getting taken out, and his dogs lived. Yeah, I mean, you never really know. I hope to avoid that. It's funny. Some people it does major damage to, and they never really fully recover, and others it doesn't. They restart their heart and they're fine. It's weird. Yeah, but in that book, he talked about that, and there were no documented incidents of anybody ever getting killed by talking on the phone or taking a shower. That's what that book said, or being in a bathtub. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of being out riding around the tractor, but even that I don't trust with big rubber tires. I've been in airplanes before too, flying them myself, and seen lightning flashes in the clouds, and it's like, uh, airplanes generally fare pretty well, but I always got the hell out of there. Yeah, really. I wish I could remember the name of that book. He's a college professor. I think it's the Florida College in Gainesville, but I'm not 100% sure on that. If you Google in, a Florida professor, lightning expert, something like that, you should be able to find it. Yeah, crazy. And I hear it a lot, but I don't see the bolts striking like I did in Florida or Michigan. Yeah, seeks ground. That's right. Yep. There seem to be a lot of wives' tales about it. Oh, I don't blame you, Jeff. No, I really haven't. I don't miss my books. I'm still struggling with things, and I'm not sure I'd be reading them even if I had them. I'll get this house built. I think I gotta go up there and clean that condo out, drag that shit down here, sell the condo. I've just been dragging my feet on it. Oh, really, ACB? When I lived in Chicago, I lived on the 32nd floor, about a mile and a half from the Sears Tower to the north. And lightning used to strike the Sears Tower all the time. I mean, regularly. I probably saw it hit the top of the Sears Tower 10 times a year. I got it on video and photos. Everybody does. I mean, it's going to happen. Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, it was very interesting. Take Daisy in there. She's not doing too good. The vet's a really super cool guy. He's a friends with my buddy, or that would have never happened. He said that happened like 3 times in 30 years. You just sometimes it happens. It won't happen now because these stitches are different. And I said, well, why don't you put those stitches in all the time the first time? And he says, because sometimes on the internal ones you can leave them in. People bitch about being able to feel them under the thin skin of a dog's belly. And he said, 99.9% of the time these work fine. So that's why. But anyway, I take her in there. He's a really cool guy. Here we are showing up on a Sunday night. And he says, I hope you don't mind helping me. It's like, no, I think it'd be really fun. So I take Daisy up there, and in this particular place, they have this procedure, which isn't rocket science, but you approach the dog from behind, and you like hold their head, like a wrestling move almost, So he said, and we did that before when she was examined before for these stones. So he said, I'll show you again. He showed me. He said, so I did that. He said, no, this is going to hurt. And it's a sedative. So she's going to probably try and turn around and nip you or me. So we hold her tight. So I held her and she didn't really seem to bother that bad. And then she gets kind of tired and sloppy and not giving a shit. And then just starts to fall asleep. And then he gets the propofol out. And he said, now I'm going to want you to wash your hands and we're going to roll her upside down. And I'm going to want you to pull her tongue out. Or let's see, was she upside? No, she was right side up at the time. Pull her tongue out and down. And one thing that I was surprised about is how long her tongue was. I'm not shitting you. You know, when she's like lax and stuff like that, I mean, I pulled this tongue out. It's like, you got to be kidding me. This thing looks like a foot long. And then I bent it down, and then I had gauze. I was holding it with gauze. Then he takes this tube and he's like pushing it down her throat. I guess so it gets into her lungs because he was kind of looking around there and pushing it, this rubber tube. And then he like turns on the propofol, and in about, I don't know, 3 minutes, it's like Daisy is knocked out totally. And there's a little like plastic balloon that looks like it'd be on a hot water bottle. And you can see as she's breathing, it's going up and down. There's these different gauges. First, he had me turn it up to 1, then 2, then 3. And during the surgery, so she's on her back. It looked like she was, like it was a dead dog, like just totally relaxed, all 4 feet up in the air. Takes these scissors, opens the rest of the incision up that had not busted through. And he told me right away, he said, this is not guts, this is the omentum. And he said, this is God's way of poking protective tissue in holes so the guts don't come out. He said, this is really no big deal. This will be trimmed off. And sure enough, he opens the rest of them up, trims that omentum off. And then when this big incision in her stomach, here's Daisy's there just sleeping. This big incision in her stomach. And I don't want to say it was beautiful, but it wasn't how I thought I'd react. Just a little bit of blood. It looked like, I mean, this sounds gross, but it looked like meat on a meat counter. And he went in there and did internal stitches again. And he told me that the bladder is one of the fastest healing organs in an animal because of the large blood supply. And he said, her bladder is probably already healed. If it isn't, it's very close to being healed. We just got to stitch up this so this stays up tight. And it took about 2 hours of clipping tissue, tying these. Oh, here's another thing that I thought was interesting too. So I've always wondered, like, first of all, how the sedative was used, what the setup was, how they reacted. And then I always kind of wondered, how did they put in these stitches? Well, as it turns out, what it is, it's like a semicircle, like a crescent moon, and they come in boxes of different size. It's like a needle bent in the U, and the thread is already on it, and they come in different lengths. So here he is. He said, well, I'm ready to stitch this back up again. He said, will you go to that drawer and pick out the green ones and pull one out? And the way you do it's just like kind of like there's 2 parts to it, and I spread it apart, and he reaches in and grabs it. But here it is, a needle bent like in a semicircle, and it's already got like a foot long of whatever that material they use is for stitches. And he actually used 2 of those to stitch everything up. And in between, like certain things he did, I would take a syringe with a needle and squirt this stuff in there in like a circle. And then he'd dab it out and then got it all stitched up. And he said she's going to be like wanting to sleep all night tonight. And she was kind of like that, like a limp dish rag, putting her in the car. By the time we got home, she was moaning a little bit, so I gave her a pain pill. And then this morning she got up, she was raring to go. She just ate her second big dinner. Yeah, it was easy in and out. Yep. Same to you, GMA. Oh, hook needles. Yeah, I always wondered how they did that. I always thought it was kind of like a needle and thread on clothing, but this is a way better design. Wow, ACB, 477 miles. Hey, Debbie and Dave, how you doing? Every restaurant was closed today in Washington. I thought at least something would be open. I could have called, but I like driving over there anyway. That's how I got stuck with that subway. Hey, Rita, how you doing? Now, I remember seeing one day some horses got loose and were running down the road. And then there's a park on the, over on the other side, big old giant park that you can ride horses. You got to bring your own horses though. I knew they were probably connected there, and I drove over there one day to see if I could find somebody to tell them their horses were running around. Oh, good. Well, I always thought that 4th of July was, isn't it 4th of July like the busiest traveling day in the country? I didn't think there was much traffic on it at all. But I do hear a couple like fireworks like way in the distance. I don't know where they'd be exactly. Can you hear them? Yeah, everything was closed. That's why I had to go to Subway. Yep. Except the dollar store stopped up there. Oh, cool, Mystique. He said it just happened sometime. You never really know. He said it could have been faulty stitches. Um, Sometimes it's the way the internal organs move, like in a certain torso of a dog. Daisy's kind of thick. Um, I really don't know. I was lifting her in and out of the truck and up and down on the bed. And, they said she could take, walk as normal. I'd be guessing I'd be bullshitting you. And he would be too. Like I said, he's had it happen like 3 times in 30 years. Hard to say. Yeah, no, she's got a super thick torso, yeah. But she's doing really well now. Well, I mean, I figured I'd get it straightened out. I didn't think she was going to die or anything like that, but I'd love to know what goes through their little minds. But I mean, if you'd have saw her when that stuff punched out of her gut, she knew that something was really wrong. He said it wouldn't have been painful, but but he said that's a protective measure of animals. They just stop, and it's no kidding. It's like she started to take a step like she would normally be walking, like kind of like how racehorses when you see them from the side. And she was just like froze in that position. It's like, God, this is weird. She got an infection in there or what? But then I figured out what she saw. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I hate to even bring this up, but my buddy, I've talked a lot about him. He's a great guy. He's a huge tipper. As it turns out, he bought the whole office lunch. He dropped Daisy off because it's near his company, and everybody really likes him there. The vet was saying what a good guy he is, and he's known him, my friend, like forever. Oh, where is he, Mystique? Oh, hiding. Yeah, they have one cat that gets loose down in Hilton Head. But I'm glad we got some rain. Things are looking a lot greener. My buddy's wife has. What I was going to say to you though is, if it wasn't for my connection with my buddy, I would have had to go to an emergency room. He told me they'd have charged me $3,500 for that. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, it's crazy. And believe it or not, that whole thing last night, no charge. You know how it is. I heard a rich guy say one time that when you got money, everybody buys your dinner. When you're broke and you're struggling, you could really use a break. Nobody buys you anything. Yeah, I'm going to try and get him to do an interview sometime. You know, he had a brother get killed in a car accident back last fall. And then he's got another brother. Now I know his mom. And I know his two daughters not well. And one of the two daughters has two kids, sweet kid. And the little boy is cute too. I don't see them that much. But they're all like really nice. But it just goes to show you if you have a connection like I did, not only does it get taken care of on a Sunday, you don't get charged. Yeah, no, that's how it is. It is, Simca. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, hell, big time. Yeah, and I was asking him about pricing with veterinarian clinics, and he was telling me that it's all based on region. And, you know, you get what you can get. And if you're in that particular area where I took Daisy, that was an hour away. It's about 40 miles or something like that from Atlanta. And it's got a lot of socioeconomic issues, let's say. So they charge accordingly. You want to come out and come pee pee? He was telling me what a bitch veterinary school was, too. He said it was an absolute monster getting through that. Just studying your ass off for 3 years, big time. Yeah, that surgery was $1,800. Oh, big time, yeah. Believe it or not, he had two employees that tried to get into vet school that did, and one's an OBGYN now, another one's a rheumatologist. They went to medical school instead. Couldn't get into vet school. Oh yeah, he said, yeah, and they seem like a tight group. He said he keeps in touch with practically all the graduates. He talked about the extremes too. Like one guy, he said he's the smartest guy he ever met in his life. Hardly ever showed up to class, didn't take notes. Graduated top of his class in veterinary school. He's like a big time, world renowned specialist that's in Florida. He said he can't like do simple things in life, like change oil on a car or anything like that. And then he talked about some other people that he just could not figure out how they ever made it that far. You want to go out? Go out, go pee pee? You can hear in there making noise. It isn't this cool usually. I turn the air conditioning off. You want to go pee-pee or what? What do you want? You want to come outside? Come outside, pee-pee. What do you want? You want to go outside and go pee-pee? You want up on the couch? What are you making noise about? You want to go up here with Betty? You want to go Betty? What do you want? You want to come outside? Come outside and go pee-pees. Come outside and go pee-pees. You want up here? Go Betty? What do you want? Good girl. You're a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Want to come outside and go pee-pees? Come on, hon. I'm going outside and go pee-pee. Yeah, I gave her one about an hour ago. Yeah, she's back to her old self. Yeah, she does like going to bed. I hear you on there, hon. I hear you. She really likes Marty a lot. Like I said, she sleeps with him a lot. Wants to go in the car with him. He spoils her. He heats her food. Now I got to heat her food all the time and she won't eat it. Heat it and put it like in some water. I hear you, hon. I hear you, hon. Yeah, she does. Hey, Justin, how you doing? I hear you, hon. I hear you. Yeah, you're right, Simka. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Still can't figure out why there's no mosquitoes. I'm certainly not complaining. I'll tell you, I used this. I had a bunch of Roundup, and I sprayed the grass and the gravel on the driveway. It's a big, long driveway. It worked really good on the edges, but it didn't seem to kill that grass in the middle too good, like that crabgrass. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs here, that's for sure. Yeah, I've seen frogs. There's bullfrogs. I see toads. I helped. I'll tell you, I saw a box turtle crossing the road yesterday, right out here in front of the house. So I pulled over to, take him on the other side, even though he probably would have made it fine. But believe it or not, a box turtle, you know that damn thing tried to reach his head back and bite me? Any box turtle I ever found, I've been finding them since a kid. They'd like up in their shell and you'd have to wait there 10 minutes to see them stick their head out. This one tried to bite me. Yeah, crab rash, yep. Yeah, I had a couple miniature greyhounds, and they had a show at the Red Roof Inn, near the Red Roof Inn that I used to stay at all the time. And there were some Italian greyhounds that were showing them. They saw mine. They said, "Hey, it's none of our business, but your your two greyhounds are fat. They need to be on a diet. It's like they're way overweight." And I looked it up and stuff. And I put them both on diets because theirs looked skinny, like they were going to die. So it just goes to show you, you know. Yeah, that's a good question, Margaret. I wondered that too. I couldn't find an expiration date on there. Yeah, you might be right about that. I hear you, hon. Flowers grow like hell here. Big time. Oh, it is crazy. You know, I didn't read the article, but I see in Highland Park, that's a heavily concentrated Jewish area in a north suburb of Chicago. And nice. I mean, you know, 500,000, $7 million homes. That's where Michael Jordan's house is, Highland Park. And I see there was a shooting up there. I didn't even want to read that shit today. But, you know, all places, I can't imagine, you know, it just goes to show you, right, Rita, the world's crazy. Yeah, it worked out, yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is nice here, but it's been a hell of an adjustment, I can tell you that. Still not sure I'm like over it. Oh my God, 6 people died? Are you kidding me? God. I hope they killed the guy. What a goddamn kook. No, you can't go anywhere and feel safe. Somebody made a comment. I was uploading my YouTube clips. The reason they're so short and stuff is because I told you I got slow internet, takes forever. But anyway, it showed like some country stars that were like getting into it with their fans. And I just happened to watch it. And one lady was saying that she doesn't want to go anywhere now to a concert when you look at what happened in Las Vegas. Now you go to a parade, you see this wacko, people getting shot in grocery stores. It is absolutely nuts out there. You know, you look, Detroit was getting that way for me. I mean, I was always getting threatened and getting mail letters that was going to kill me and this kind of stuff, which really didn't bother me that much. Because usually if somebody's wanting to take you out, they're not going to tip you off about it, you know. But if you just type in Detroit crime, you'll run out of time before you'll run out of incidents. People getting shot at stoplights. You know, I was talking to this guy that owns this Pigaboos. He's from that Pork and Beans neighborhood, Miami. And I said, honestly, man, what was the deal down there? And he said, super bad. I said, what if I could come down there? He said, if you ever get lost in a bad neighborhood like Pork and Beans in Miami, and no matter what race you are, particularly if you're not black, try and say to them before they smash your window that you're down there to buy drugs and they'll leave you alone. But if they think you're a lost tourist, They're going to take a baseball bat and they're going to smash your windshield so you can't see. They're going to pull you out of the car if they can, ransack you, rob you, and then take off. He said, I guarantee you that would have happened to you if that you ever came into my neighborhood. It's just the way it was. And as I said yesterday, the first 48 has done episodes down there before. That was their first episode in where he grew up. Yeah, evidently there's kind of like, I mean, he said it's definitely worth a try because everybody knows down there if there are people down, and you'd be surprised who come down to neighborhoods to buy drugs. And if it ever gets back to these drug dealers that they're hurting their business by robbing people, it's game over. So, yeah, that guy is a hell of a nice guy. Holy shit, killed people. How did they finally get the guy? Does anybody know? Jesus Christ, man. Shot 24 others. Where I'm at right now, Casey? No, Debbie and Dave, you're right. Oh, really, Simca? Oh, okay, Gail. I wish they would have blown his head off. Another thing that messed me up on that damn Detroit was I got that goddamn medical marijuana card. Not for me either. I got it for other people, so I could help them out with like that cream and stuff. You got the medicinal quality, and I didn't really think it hurt me, but I couldn't carry a gun after I got that damn thing. And you can't have a medical marijuana card and have they don't call them CCWs anymore. They call them PPL or something. But that really changed things. I think things may have worked out a little differently for me. And I've been able to carry a gun down there, especially right after those guys tried to run into me. But it just got to where you were stupid if you went down there and drove around and at least couldn't protect yourself. Yeah, they were just, and plus it changed a lot down there. It wasn't like, it's like everything, right? There was a finite time. It was really interesting. Shit, a third of those people are dead now, and half of the buildings have been torn down. That whole area where Marguerite and Maddie and Gerald and stuff, it's like that bridge took it over. Michigan Avenue is nothing anymore. There isn't anybody that I know that's still out walking, I don't think. No, you're right about that, David, yeah. No, it's true. What's that, Casey, in Georgia? Yeah, I don't know how she's doing, to be honest with you. Somebody emailed me the other day and wanted to know about her. Yeah, Gail, that's a big Jewish area up there, Highland Park. God, I can't believe that many people got wounded. When you get there, I watched a crazy that was living out in the middle of nowhere in California somewhere, and they were religious nuts. Not that that makes you shoot people, but somebody was stealing their lights on the side of their driveway. Anyway, long story short, he pursued him with an assault rifle. He was an ex-Army Ranger and ended up shooting through the car and killing one. He died later. But they talked about the injuries to these other people. And these damn assault rifle bullets like go right through the trunk, through the seats, and like destroy limbs and stuff. And then they find it lying next to the engine block. Oh. Oh, Georgia's like that too? Yeah, honestly, I don't really have like a good read on like Atlanta, if it's like that or not. He told me, this guy that owns this restaurant, he told me that there is no way, and you won't find a cop down there New Year's Eve at all in Pork and Beans. He said now it's being all torn down and gentrified. He said, but even the cops didn't want to be back there on New Year's Eve. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Yeah, Daisy's doing fine, yep. Oh, really, Rita? Huh. You talking about Lincoln Park, the part of Chicago? God, they're crazy. Yeah, you're right, Rita. You never know where that's going to happen anymore. I mean, you're not going to get more high-end and educated than Highland Park. Oh, okay. Did this guy have some beef against Jewish people? Do you know that? Like one of these Nazi crazies? Oh, okay. It'd be a good guess. Oh, they did. I can understand blowing off some fireworks for kids. And when I was a teenager, shit, that's all we did. But I really don't understand fireworks in adults. It seems like it's something you grow out of. Yeah, it is, Rita. Yep. Oh, really, Simka? So is he Jewish, the shooter? Right. Now, would that be something that would interest you guys if I interviewed this guy about growing up in the pork and bean projects and the day-to-day life there and some incidents that he had? Oh, wow, Joyce. Oh, okay, I'll do that then, because he's definitely willing to do it. You know, I don't have any of my camera equipment down here, so that was kind of a crappy interview with the cell phone. But he brought it up. Oh, okay, I'll do that. He is a super nice guy. Hey, Patrina. I sure wish Interneil would show up. I keep forgetting to email him in the daytime. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, did I mentioned you if you guys weren't on, but he knew Kimbo Slice. He said what they don't tell you is those street fights that you see. You even see them on YouTube, street beefs and stuff. But really, he said a lot of that down there is heavy stakes gambling. He said he's seen from 10 to 50 grand wagered before. Of course, they don't want to make that part of what they're uploading to YouTube. Yeah, gambling on the fight. Yes. Yep. He said Kimbo Slice, that's how he made his living. Yeah, the big stakes gambling. He said Kimbo Slice was actually a workout fanatic. He said all that guy did was practice street fighting, like for 2 or 3 hours a day for years. Yeah, gambling on the fight. Yep. There's like 5 guys that lived in his neighborhood that are in pro sports, pro football and stuff. Yeah, they were doing that drift car stuff in Detroit for a while. Huh. I was talking to that vet last night. He bought a Tesla 4 years ago, and he says that he paid 100 grand for it. He said he'd be lucky to get 45 grand for that thing now. I thought they held their value better than that. His is S model, I think. Yeah. Evidently, the subsequent years have had big improvements with regard to how far you can drive them. He gets like 240 miles a charge. Yeah, you're right. Detroit, yep. ATV, you're right. That Michigan State trooper got 30 years for shooting that guy in that ATV. He shot him with a stun gun, then he ran into the back of a truck. Hey, nerd, how you doing? Hey, get rid of this nerd wonders, another troublemaker. Hey, one of you guys, I tried pushing it, but I couldn't block this guy. Get rid of this nerd wonders freak. Thank you. Thanks. If you see any like somebody come on with a dirty name, a weirdo avatar, just smoke their ass right out of the water right from the beginning. Oh, is it really that 5 points, huh? Oh, wow. Good job, Frisky. Oh, thank you. Yeah, get rid of them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you see, Rita, that's the weird thing about YouTube. They hassle the shit out of me for interviews that they used to support. And then there shouldn't be any violent images of anything that can be taken down after some kook done something like this. If they were doing their job and worrying about more important things, they wouldn't have been up anyway. Huh. Yeah, they're loud. These aren't crickets, they're cicadas. Part of the reason they seem loud is because there's nothing else here that making noise. Okay, when you're in, I got the air conditioning on. You can't. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think it is, Sheriff. I think it is, yep. I mean, that actually ruined the neighborhood it was in. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Heidelberg project. I think it's a bunch of junk that littered a neighborhood. And if you live in the neighborhood, it's a residential neighborhood, and it got a lot of press. And anybody that lived there couldn't park near their home because there were too many cars parked there, walking through the Heidelberg project. It's just another example of some of the crap they get away with in Detroit. That the good people there, they're trying to do the right thing. Their rights get trampled. They can't even park within a half mile of their own home because a car is parked in essentially a commercial development of what they call this junk as art. No, it's a petition the city to try and get all that junk taken down. They've done the same thing with Tom Monahan, Domino's pizza guy, when he started putting up all those Christmas lights around his farm. You couldn't even get into your own neighborhood. Yeah, it's nuts, I see. It's crazy, man. See, at the beginning when I was doing those interviews, when YouTube first came out, and certainly before the Google guys bought it, you just had every crazy in the world out there talking all sorts of racist shit, and homophobes and that kind of thing. They didn't do anything about it. Then as time went on, well, the standard used to be that you couldn't promote or glorify drugs. So I wasn't doing that. I really didn't dwell on the drugs. I just asked them what they took, how much it cost, where they got it, and it went from being promoted by YouTube, which is how those videos went viral, to getting demonetized and not suitable for most advertisers. They even went as far as to say they don't want you talking about any drugs, even legal drugs, even states where marijuana is legal. Yeah, that's weird people, man. YouTube. That's why I got my same attitude on it when I didn't have any subscribers. Whatever happens, happened. I'm not going to kiss her ass, and I'm just going to keep uploading videos when I get back into the swing of things. It's the only game in town. That's the problem. There's YouTube and nothing else. You would have thought by now somebody in China or something like they did with TikTok would have come up, but hasn't happened. I've checked into other ones before and they pissed me off, and it's a joke. Yeah, I agree, Rita. Yeah, nuts. And you'll find the same information on one channel that they seem to be fine with, and that it won't be on another. Crazy. No, they do. It's true. No, it's bazaars, right? And you can email them, and they don't do shit. Go in and grab a beer. Insect Symphony. Hi, hon. You camping out, girl? Want to come out? Come on. Good girl. I'm sorry, hon. Sorry, hon. I'm sorry. Oh, cool. Simka, do you have that Shazam on your phone? It's a free app. And you just, when you hear a song, you just push a button on your phone and it tells you who it is. Shazam, it's free. Oh, same to you, Kim. Yeah, free app. You can get it through Google Play Store, Shazam. You really like it. Works great. I've had it for like 8 years. Yeah, I like watching those videos where people are taking their boats out, like Jupiter Inlet, places where the water's rough, and they're just so stupid. They have like too many people in the boat. There'll be these giant waves, and these idiots still try to go out when you can see it's not a good idea. Oh, do they, Debbie and Dave? You wanna watch something that you'll laugh your damn ass off? Watch that Comedy Central roast of Donald Trump or the one of Joan Rivers. You will laugh your damn ass off. I mean, it's raunchy, but it is funny as hell. Yeah, you're welcome. I watch that show on TV here on cable where people live like in the cold places, like up in the Arctic Circle. I like watching the crab fishermen, and I like watching these crazies go out and freeze all their fingers and toes off trying to make it to the top of Mount Everest. Yeah. Yeah, George Carlin was funny. Hey, Deb. Now watch the Donald Trump one. You can tell he gets pissed. Good. How you doing, Deb? Where you been? Yeah, I love that show too, Deadliest Catch. I do. You know, part of the problem down here is like, even though it's like clear tonight, these damn trees. I'm gonna get that a switch to turn that light off and this light off. I'm gonna get a switch put on them. But these damn trees are so tall, you don't see that much of the sky like you would in a normal area. Gallagher. That was Gallagher. No, I got the same one. I don't understand those people on that Mount Everest thing. The ones that are interesting to me is those Sherpas. I mean, you expect some big, muscular, tall guy, that looks like he could run around the world without taking a sip of water. And it's these little skinny fuckers that weigh like 120 pounds. They don't seem like they'd know what depression was if it smacked them in the head. And when the shit hits the fan, these people start freezing to death and they need to be saved. They send these Sherpas up and they take off in a pair of bikini shorts and flip-flops. End up saving all these people. It's crazy. I mean, they seem like almost like half animals. Big time. No, I've had her for 8 years, Deb. I've had her for 8 years. Yeah, Tibet would be cool. Oh yeah, those guys, big balls. They're not like braggarts. I mean, they remind me like Pee Wee Herman. But man, when it comes to like really, doing like crazy shit and saving lives, they don't brag. They always seem like they're in such a good mood. Nobody's ever bitching. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, Mary. No, that's the same dog. I'll tell you who else was like that. Those Afghanistans. They're badasses too. I mean, they ended up beating the Soviet Union with rocks and slingshots and BB guns. Yeah, half mountain goat. It seems like that. But it's not just the climbing ability. I mean, these guys strike me as the guys that can like hang off a monkey bar for 20 minutes with one hand, when it's 30 below. Just crazy shit. Carrying around rope and sliding up and down this shit, saving these idiots. Yeah, I watch those. I watch J.P. McCarthy too. There aren't that many of them. Same with Jay Roberts from Night Flight 760, WJR. No, I know it's Simca, yeah. No, but those guys are just quiet, like gentlemen, huge balls, saving people all the time, not showing up at any award banquet. And they seem like whenever they're called to serve, it's like no problem. I'd like to be a fly on the wall when they have a drinking party. I bet they just think that they're saving like some of the biggest idiots in the world. No, you're right about that, Simca. Absolutely right. They'll be out there in a pair of shorts. The can of tuna fish that'll last a year. Yeah, Paul Harvey was great. Yep. Oh, cool. I just don't, it's whatever floats your boat, right? But I just don't understand. I mean, I like wintry weather and stuff like that, but I already know I'm way too big a pussy to ever try something like that. I wouldn't mind going to Tibet and sitting in a bar and drinking some new beer, but you couldn't pay me $10 million to climb up and freeze my fucking ass off on the top of that thing. Fuck that. No way. Only way I'd try it is if you gave me a gun to kill myself when it got below 32 degrees. That's shit, man. I could not do it. No way. Fuck. I'll never go up there. No way. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, pull me on a sled. Appreciate it. But even those guys are freezing their ass off. And that one blonde guy, he's like a paramedic. I mean, these guys are, and if you look at the people that are like missing toes and half their face and fingers, it's not a bunch of dummies. It seems like over half the time when I hear one of these guys interviewed, it's a doctor from someplace. I mean, I thought you had to be smart to be a doctor. Maybe they just don't have any common sense. Doctors are the number one profession that kills themselves in small airplanes. So maybe there's something connected to that in that way. But I just think you'd have to have rocks in your head to try and make it up there. Yeah, no way. Yeah, it seems like that, doesn't my enemy? Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you another neat app too that you can get for free off Google Play Store. Shark Tracker. Get the Shark Tracker. It's fascinating. It shows you where they tagged them and how many miles they swim and where they swim. They got to come to the surface for it to ping this thing. So sometimes they're under the water for like 2 or 3 months, but you're going to freak out when you see the distances these sharks. They start way up near Maine, swim all the way down through Atlantic City. A lot of them hang around Hilton Head, right that beach I go to. Then they head down to Bermuda, cut across to the Bahamas, swim around south of Florida and head out west to the Gulf. I mean, it's fascinating the distances these sharks are covering. Right. Not doing it. Yeah, but if you want, it's free too. Shark Tracker. Yeah, I've heard that before too, ICU, yeah. But even if they do, a lot of medical schools are pass fail. And if you got to pass boards or licensing, I mean, so what? What amazes me down here is, I mean, I guess it's not amazing. It's just adaptation, but it's hot, it's muggy, it's better than Florida. But the woods down here is like, it's so thick. And like everywhere you drive, it's like this. Now, I mentioned this before, but you know, when you buy a place just to have fun, like this place, it's like 235 acres. This never really dawned on me. If you'd have said to me before I knew about this, hey, I got a farm for sale, it's a good price, you think it's like, yeah, I'd like to buy it. I'd probably buy it and not even look at it. But now that if you want a farm to enjoy, what I learned through this guy is that you just don't want 235 acres of solid trees. You can't do anything. You can't drive around. It's expensive to take the trees out, to clear the land, to level it. So actually 110 acres of this is cleared. It's got all these paths that go through here. You can drive around. There's a pond. You guys have seen, I've uploaded videos of it before. And I never really thought of it in those terms. If you don't have like acres out of the total acreage, you can go around, check it out, and drive around, what good is it? I mean, if you had 235 acres and none of it was cleared, I mean, if you're not an animal, you're going to hate it. It'd take forever to walk through these woods. It's not like pine needles on the bottom and you can see a long ways. You'd need a damn machete and a chainsaw. So for this application, like this place, you know, about half of it's cleared. And if it wasn't, it'd just be, why have it? Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany, put a link to your channel if you want. Do you know how to do that? Can you guys put a link to Tiffany's channel? She's trying to build up her channel. Yeah, I talked to Anthony today. Thank you. I did. I talked to him today. Yep. He's been super depressed. Hey, Mary, can you put a link up to Tiffany's channel? She's trying to build up her channel. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for that. Thanks, ICU. It does work, huh? Yeah, I don't get any mosquitoes down here. It's crazy. Nobody knows why. They probably messaged back the rest of them around here that they died after they bit me. He goes through periods of this sometimes, and what'll really set him off. Let me give you an example. You know, the dad's a doctor, and they had a conference up in Mackinac, and he gets on Facebook and stuff, and while there were other doctors' kids while they were up there, and one of the kids had said to him, "Chicago is better than Mackinac," and that's all it took. And he's been dwelling on that since he got home. It hurts his feelings, and then he kind of reacts with anger. And then he gets depressed. He felt that he was criticized, and it's off to the races. I mean, it's July now. I don't know. I don't know where. I've never been anywhere else where they weren't biting the hell out of you in July. I don't really know. No, there aren't really, not really. You know, kids are mean. Facebook is cruel. It's really sad. No, it really doesn't have any friends. Nope, just like me and like, well, me really, be honest with you. I hate to say that, but what'll happen to, and I'm not knocking him, and I understand, I'm fine with it. But, you know, I don't talk to Anthony hardly at all. His feelings are hurt that I moved, his dad told me. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, you know, I try to, like, keep in touch with him, but it's just not working. He said he misses going out to dinner with me and stuff like that. But what happens is if you're friends with him, I mean, he'll text you 50 times a day, call you 25 times a day, and I'm just guessing. I don't know this for sure. I think that could have something to do with, you know, people just not tolerating it very well. Yeah, I had some of those Plecostomus in an aquarium when I was a kid. You think that'd work down here? Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, I don't think that. You could never do that. You couldn't send him on an airplane by himself. I mean, you never know what's going to trigger him on something. You know, and he'd get down here for a day, and he'll go absolutely crazy if the internet isn't working. Yeah, you know, well, I was all set to try and line him up with a YouTube channel, but it just never could get him to do it. No, not violent. No, he'll get pissed off sometime and like kick a chair or something like that, but no, he knows better. Yeah, well, I got to go up there to clean out that condo and put it up for sale anyway. So I'll be seeing him again, but I mean, I know what I'm like, and I know places that I've left before. And honestly, I got an idea that once I get all my stuff out of Michigan, I'm not sure I'll ever go back. I know that sounds crazy. I'm just telling you the truth. I haven't done anywhere I've ever lived before. Chicago, Florida, Michigan. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just can't see myself driving 1,000 miles to a place that I used to live and checked out every nook and cranny and checking into a hotel for 4 days. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to try and do that. Yeah, I'd like to do them on StreamYard, yeah. But, you know, when he gets on something like that, he's kind of quiet. Hey, Duana, how are you? Yeah, no, he really enjoyed the restaurant. See, he doesn't have anybody to go do that with now, and he really liked it. So it is terrible, I know. But, you know, what are you going to do? I'm only going to go back to move my stuff down here and to sell my condo. That's it. Yeah. I mean, I hate doing it, but I mean, like I said, the main reason down here, it's like I was kind of dead in the water up there. Uh, you know, gas, $5 a gallon. I've pretty much tapped out stuff that I wanted to do. I mean, and I'll tell you, if Michigan had winters like it used to have, I probably wouldn't have left. But the winters are nothing there anymore. Hardly any snow. Middle of February before it freezes. And I have more opportunities here, and I like a change anyway. I'm not saying I couldn't end up back there, but I kind of doubt it. You never know what's around the corner. If you'd have told me 6 months ago I'd be living in Georgia, I wouldn't have believed it. So we'll see. Yeah, it's a constant worry, Rita. That's a constant worry. That's a $50,000 question. I mean, when they're gone, it's a good question. There's one sister, but excuse me, I'm not sure they could count on her for much. Yeah, I did that on the phone. Debbie. I talked to him for a half hour today. Hey, ICU, is that true? Just a channel that was created today? Kite, did you just create your channel today? Yeah, I think you should fire away. Because what that says is this person knows me and they know that I'm away from my home and they just create a channel. It's probably a stalker. I say fire away. Yeah. Why didn't you use your old account, K-Kite? Good job, I see you. Bye-bye, K-Kite. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, good job. Good eye on that one. It's still, I mean, we talk about, people climbing Mount Everest, which is, to me, I can't understand. I can't understand the adults on YouTube that do this stuff. It's unbelievable. Yeah, that's probably true. Technical difficulties, that's right. And it's pitch dark out here. Daisy's sitting around here somewhere. You can't hear? Tiffany, try your volume. See if you hit the mute. Some troublemaker. No, I don't get it either, Simca. But mark my words on here, and like I've said, this is a common denominator they have. They're 45, 50 years old. They've never been successful at anything. They never had a career, and they're all broke. Every single one of those people fit that description. And the only way they ever get any fun is to cause trouble and to gossip, because they're not capable of doing anything else. Yeah, it is dark, Casey. It is, yep. No, she's sitting down on this wood deck around here somewhere. She wanted to be outside, but I can't see her. Yeah, Duana, but you're not stalking people. No, she's outside here, yeah. Another odd thing too is a lot of those channels are monetized, and here they're worried about me doing an interview with a prostitute, but yet somebody's advertising is coming up in their videos. If you had a product that you were trying to sell, would you want your product to come up during one of their chats with the kind of crap that they talk? This is the insanity of YouTube. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yep. I haven't seen a skunk. No, I have not seen one. I don't. There are armadillos, coyotes, vultures, and tons of other birds, and a lot of turkeys. The turkeys Had like 13 babies. Yeah, that's right, Tiffany. Mystique, do you know you can get leprosy from an armadillo? It's just you, Tiffany. You can't hear me, so could somebody type it? Yeah, weren't they cute, Mystique? Yeah, huge. They ran in the corner scared. Tell Tiffany to sign out and sign back in. No kidding, Simka. Really? Is that because of armadillos? Hey, Ray. Yeah, we were talking about these stalking channels. No, they're huge. Yeah, I haven't seen any raccoons down here, but I'm sure. Well, I know they've been in back. Marty saw them, but I've never seen them. Yeah, I almost went to Athens today. You know, I'm only about 53 miles from Athens. Oh, really, Duana? Wow. I can hear Daisy. She's out sitting near the pickup. You want to go into Betty, hon? Oh, okay, Tiffany. Can you hear now? Yeah, we had a couple early, a long ways away, but not bad. Those armadillos they don't seem too bright. I'll be standing out in the yard sometime. They'll be running right towards you until they get about 10 feet away. I don't think they can see very well. Oh, good, Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany can tell you all about these crazies stalking her, Tiffany actually has some kook driving around her house taking photos of her husband while he was working, just to harass her. Oh, I bet, Gail. Chicago's going to hell big time. Do you see where Caterpillar's leaving the state? Yeah, they'll take off. You'll see them take off, but they get close before they know you're there. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I think gets old. Oh, you getting a lot of fireworks up there, Deb? Oh, good. Oh, okay. Hey, Debbie and Dave, now you guys take a trip up to Taos, or it just doesn't get it for you in the summer that much? Oh, yeah, I believe it, Gail. Gail, do you ever get downtown much? You want to go, Betty? You want to go, Betty, huh? Huh? You want to go, Betty? Come on, go, Betty. Come on, let's go, Betty. Daisy wanted to go to Betty. So, Gail, I keep up on that. I lived down there for 12 years, and I look up the articles and that kind of thing. They make it sound like it's like that people are just like afraid to go out, and they warn you not to go out after dark, even the Magnificent Mile. And I'm just wondering now, if you went down there like at 7 or 8 at night during the weekday, are the streets bare? Does it look like it used to? Are there still people, lots of shoppers? I mean, what's it look like down there now when you go down there compared to, let's say, 15 years ago? Do you notice that there's less people because of this crime? But I mean, if you go down to like the Gold Coast, Rush Street or something like that, or the shopping district, is there a noticeable difference now or not? Good night, Casey. You too. Oh, well, honey, go Betty, hon. Oh, okay. Quiet, hon. I'll be in there, hon. Oh, okay. I hear you, hon. Go Betty, hon. Go Betty, honey. Dad be in there in a while. Yeah, I know it. Oh, wow, 80s. Yeah, I know that, Gail. Go bed, hon. Baby's being a baby tonight. If she hadn't had the surgery, she wouldn't be bothering me this bad. What do you want, honey? You want to go to Betty? You want to go Betty or what, hon? You want to go Betty? Back on? Huh? What do you want? You want to go Betty? Turn this air conditioner back on. Boiled peanuts. Hey, I'll tell you something really good to eat. You can get these at the dollar store. I spice mine up a little bit. Is these ramen noodles. They're only $1 and they're good as hell. They give you 3 little packs to put on them. And then I put peanuts in it and shrimp that I buy, a bag of shrimp. What, hon? You can't have a treat, hon. Doctor said no treats. I know, you're a good girl. You want to go Betty? You can't eat anymore though, hon. What, do you want to eat some more? Maybe I'll make her a little more to eat. I washed out the basket for the garbage thing. All right, I'll make you a little more to eat, hon. You better... I shouldn't be doing this, hon. This will be your 3rd dinner today. You hungry? You hungry? How come you're eating so much, hon? Huh? Why are you eating so much, hon? I'm making it. I'm making it, hon. I'm making it. Yeah, I'm making it. Marty started heating up her food, so created a monster. I know, you're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting more food. All right, you're getting it. Yep. See? Daisy's back 100%. You're getting your food. I know, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. This is Daisy's 3rd dinner today. I don't mind giving it to her because it's this medicated stuff. It's her 3rd dinner. This is your 3rd dinner. She does, my enemy. You're right, Debbie and Dave. That's it, Mystique. Yeah, you're right, Mary. Oh, that's good, Keith. Oh, good for you, Flora Fairy. What are you up there just visiting? Yeah, she had her second dinner. She got her pain pill. Yeah, they do something. Yeah, I think I'll actually give her a little more if she wants it. I never saw her this hungry. You want a little more? I've never seen her eat this much, to tell you the truth. I don't mind, though, because this food's good for her. You want some more? Want some more? Oh, I guess you do, huh? Wow. It's coming. It's coming. Don't you worry. It's coming. It's coming. Can't believe you want to eat this much, huh? Eat a whole can of food today. Good girl, hon. You hungry? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's eating a whole can of food today. Yeah, boy, she's really chowing down. She's eating every nibble. Yeah, she is. Yep, she is, Flower Fairy, yeah. She's not on that much of pain medication. Yeah, you're right about that. Seems like it, my enemy. Gave her a gummy. She's eating like I did. Yeah, she hasn't eaten like this in a while. She's not missing it. Hey, Mark, how you doing? How'd band practice go? Hey, Godad, how you doing? Yeah, she'll have me do it. She would, that's for sure. Yeah, they are Mystique. Yep. Yeah, she is Flower Fairy. Hey, Lona, how you doing? Not missing a bit. Oh, good. Happy 4th to you, Luna. Yeah, she's feeling good. Yeah, thank you. She's definitely feeling better. She hasn't eaten this much, and I can't tell you the last time. Yeah, she will, Mystique. Yep. Oh, good, Mark. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. Yeah. All right. Have a good time, Luna. Thank you. Checking in. Well, her appetite's definitely back. Now, excuse me for 1 sec. I got some rib bones that I saved for the raccoons and the possums that I will throw out the back here. I always throw them way back so Daisy doesn't get them. Hardly ever use this back door. Bugs are even louder back here. Oh, yeah, thanks, Faye. Hang on 1 second when I throw this. I saved my rib bones and some macaroni and cheese for the possums. I don't think they'll need the hot sauce, though, or the plastic fork. And I'll take the tin foil out so that's not. Yeah, they love it. It will be gone too in the morning. Stay there, hon. Hang on 1 sec. See the moon? Can you guys see the moon at all? Oh yeah, big time. Can you guys see that moon at all? Oh good. Hang on, I'm just gonna take this rib bone out to the animals. We didn't use this cooker too much. You full now, hon? Good girl, hon. That was quite a bit of dinner, hon. That was quite a bit of dinner, honey. Wow, quite a bit of dinner you had. Got a lot of snacks here. Cheetos, bread, Doritos, peanuts. Well, my life's, it's not more boring than mine, no way. You want to go to beddy, hon? Here's I never make my bed. Do you want to go to beddy? You want to go up to bed? I got 3 new pairs of shorts. Oh, you jumped up there yourself, huh? You want up there? Wow, look at that. Wow. She likes the ceiling fan. Good girl, hon. Good girl, hon. You're seeing my life, you guys. I'm not complaining. You sit there, Dad's gonna go outside, huh? You nighty night. Okay? It's actually about 8. I'll leave the door open. Okay, she can. I see you, hon. Hi, hon. I see you in there. Right out here, hon. Right out here. You guys got a glimpse of what my life's like. I would say, honestly, there's been times when I barely tolerated it. Swear to God. No kidding. I don't do anything down here. This is my life since I left Michigan, and I'm not complaining. But there have been times when I'm not kidding you, man. It's like Jesus Christ. I'm fucking naming tomatoes. Yeah, I mean it is, but I mean, one thing I realized, I knew this before I came down. I wasn't really sure what this was going to be like, and I guess I was just ready to toss in the towel and not do shit because it's though. I mean, if I had to grade it on it, I mean, Marty's the greatest guy in the world. Really, he is, and this is a good opportunity, and I'm grateful for it. But I wouldn't say I'm that happy, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm hoping to get happy. But man, my whole days are just like what you're seeing me doing now. I mean, it's cool and everything, but it's pretty isolated. Yeah, I mean, I think this stuff that I'm taking's helped. Not as much as I'd like it. I do have more energy, which is good. So we'll just see what it brings. I'm just dreading going back to Michigan and cleaning that stuff out. There's not that much of it. Packing that shit up, dragging it down here. It's like, fuck. Wish the goddamn place would just catch on fire. And then I'll build this, and then I'll just be down here. And here's one interesting thing about it, like, to be honest with you. Like, Marty's gone a lot, and he's got a wife, and shit, he was here a solid month, didn't even see his wife, and I was a little worried that, I don't want her getting pissed at me. I don't think me being here had much to do with that. I wouldn't know one way or the other, because, his business is here. But on the other hand, I don't know of an instance where he ever stayed away from Hilton Head for a month. So it's hard not to make a correlation between that. I mean, we have a good time. He goes out, does stuff like that. So, I just wasn't, I would do a job if I don't want to do any PI work. I just have some opportunities to do some things with him. And it's interesting, like, going with him, but I find myself sometimes, like, when he took off Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it was, I'm thinking, oh, fuck, like 5 days of just solitary confinement. I mean, don't get me wrong, the nature's great, but sometimes, like, I'm thinking, oh my God, the days just kind of blend together. Half the time, I don't even know what day it is because the days don't matter to me. It's an F450 I'm driving, a Lariat. Yeah, super nice truck. 10 miles a gallon. Yeah, what I'll do when I go there, I'll get the guy I know the guy that bought my sister's McDonald's. And I know the general manager, and they always get some guys with days off, and we just pay them well. Yeah, pack up my books. What I really like to do up there is go up there for 2 weeks, take my time packing it, then have Marty come up there with a trailer or a truck. Because I know how long this bullshit takes. And if you don't set up for it right, you don't have enough time, you end up throwing the books in the fucking trunk at the end and just half-assed and everything. And I don't want to do that. And I've got a couple kayaks I want to sell and, put it on Facebook and that kind of thing. So, 2 weeks would probably be enough. And then I'll just come down here. Yeah, that new home's not going to take too much. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It isn't like a home I'd be building in West Branch. It'd take 6 months. Down here you don't have all the crazy insulation. It's more like this place, like cabinish. I swear to God, I'd live in a garage if I could. I tried to talk him into, he's building a storage facility to keep this equipment in. I said, why don't you just build like a bedroom for me? And inside the place where the equipment will be, I'd be fine. I don't give a shit. And he said, no, you need a place for your books and that kind of thing. But what I wonder a little bit about too is I'm not so sure that with not much to do that my reading's going to get amped up more because I'm here. Maybe it will. We'll find out. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, home proof. Hey, Pug, how you doing? 20 miles a gallon, good for you. Will it be on a slab? That's a good question. I don't even know if this one's on a slab. That is a good question. Maybe this one is on a slab. I haven't really paid attention. That's a good question. I say it probably will be. I think it probably will be. I'm going to have a porch like this. Yeah, the fishing kayak's cool, but I didn't know anything about kayaks when I bought them, and at the time I thought that I was going to take my expensive cameras with me, and I didn't want it tipping over. And I realized as I got more into them, that fishing kayak, that pedal system, it's designed after penguins propelling themselves underwater. It requires like 18 inches of water. So after a while, I wasn't fishing in it, and I found that a lot of the places that I like to go, like Saginaw Bay and stuff, there was just too much shit in the water, and sometimes it was too shallow. So as time went on, I used that fishing kayak less and less. You can't tip it over, even if you try. You can stand on the side, you can stand on the front, you can stand on the back. It's super stable. That's the best fishing kayak they make. So as time went on, though, I figured out this is great and all this shit, but I'm not fishing, and there's a bunch of places I want to go I can't get to. So that's when I bought the second kayak, which was only like $450 or something like that. And I had much more fun in that because it fit my application more. The closest Barnes and Noble's in Athens. I haven't been in a bookstore since I took off. Yeah, let me think about this. What brand is the best one they make? Hobie, I think. The expensive one. I know they're $7,000 new. And the other one I got is, what do they call that goddamn thing? It's made by a popular company. That was only like $450 new. The expense here's the thing I did know, and I read a lot about it. The expense in a kayak is the seat. If you get one of those cheap kayaks with a plastic seat, your back will be aching 45 minutes in it. You want to get out of it. The whole value is what you pay for is the seat, basically. There's a little more to that Hobie that I have. It's got that pedal system and all sorts of compartments and bullshit. You can fit 2 people on it if you want, that kind of thing. But it's just way overbuilt for what I need. But the little one I have, Pelican. I have a Pelican. It's an XR 120, I think. A cheap kayak, $450, but it's got a great seat. You could ride in it forever. But, it's a different application. You're in shallow water. It's not rough. That damn Hobie is a beast in the water. Like I said, you couldn't even tip it over. Even if you were getting swamped with water, you would still not be submerged. Stay away from inflatable kayaks. Absolute junk. They've got excellent people that market those and take these photos, and they act like you blow the goddamn thing up, and you go out in the Niagara Falls and paddle up to the falls and look over and then paddle back and then get home and deflate it and put it in your back pocket. No, they're a pain in the ass. Stay away from an inflatable kayak. Look at Pelican. They have some really good ones. But you got to be able to haul the thing. If you've got a small car, there's a lot of good car haulers for kayaks. But with this COVID bullshit, a lot of those parts weren't available. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the Pellic, the XR120, I think it is. I looked at all of them. There's a few good. And once again, if you're just going to go out and fuck around for a half hour, you don't need an expensive one. But at $450, I think that's a lot of kayak for the money. And like I said, it has an excellent seat. Remember that. The seat's where it's at. The good seats are removable, and they look like one of those good chairs you'd sit on a beach with. You don't want any of that molded plastic as a seat. I'm telling you, man, your back will ache in no time. Actually, there's a book, my Emily. It's called, it's a kayak reference guide. It's a big, thick book, like 400 pages. I bought it used on eBay for like $18, and I read up on all of them. The big key is, here's the thing, is you get a kayak that's going to fit your application. What you're going to use it for. Those inflated, they got these other ones that fold out and snap together. Junk. Yeah, 10 foot, you're going to find a way better selection when you go 12 feet. Yeah, you can get them used. Look on Facebook Marketplace and then Craigslist. The problem is, they were having a hard time getting the resin to make those damn things. And when I bought my second one, and really my first one, to tell you the truth, they were almost getting as much for used kayaks as they were for new. And that was because new ones weren't coming out. Yeah, and I got a, that's a trailer you got to pull that Hobie around, which is a pain in the ass. I mean, it's easy to launch and pull up and stuff like that. Mary, do you think that's something you could use up there? A kayak like that? And that pedaling system works great. I mean, you'll smoke by people pedaling that thing that are paddling. It's easy to unload and load and that kind of thing. I just, like I said, I was really worried I thought I was going to take mine and go out and do a lot of photography. And then I didn't have GoPros at the time. I did have GoPros, but I knew that for the kind of photography I wanted to do, that the GoPros wouldn't work. I wanted to get telephoto shots of birds and stuff. And I just never got around to doing it. But I realized that as I got into kayaks more and I did things that interested me, that I really wasn't interested in that as much as I was going in and out of the marshes in Saginaw Bay in 3 inches of water. And it's so much easier to just open up the back hatch of the van, stuff the goddamn kayak in the window, and take off, rather than putting one in and out of a trailer. Yeah, there's plenty of that. I am going to set up a trail cam. I will do that. Here though, I mean, honestly, I do like animals and stuff. I really do. If I had one, I would have loved to watch the development of these turkey vultures. But I'm not that interested in seeing like possums and raccoons, coyotes eating. I don't know why. It just doesn't interest me that much. I'm going to do a lot more audio recordings that you can use to sleep, because I don't have any other ambient noise here. It's bugs and birds and animals, and that's it. And I'm going to do more astrophotography, because I don't have any light pollution. Once I put a switch on both these lights, and we'll just see what's going to happen. I mean, I got it made here. I have money, and my condo's paid for, and actually my divorce is getting filed tomorrow. I'll get a good settlement out of that. But this is nuts. I mentioned it. My buddy pays for everything because he makes so much money. I got an expense account. I don't pay rent. All the fuel is paid for. I've been feeling guilty driving this diesel. If you noticed, I didn't drive it to the veterinary clinic. and I didn't drive it someplace else the other day. And I know this sounds nuts, but even though it's paid for and I can use it whenever I want and the guy can afford it, I just started having conscience attacks about driving this thing. It gets 10 miles a gallon, and when I've got a van here, it gets 24, and I started feeling like bad about doing it. I mean, just because it's available doesn't mean it makes you feel good. Now, for a while, my battery got drained in this, so that was my excuse. But when I went and jumped it the other day, I fucked up this four-wheeler by putting the wrong fuel in it. I couldn't get it started. I think the starter got burned out trying to run the diesel fuel out of the line, so we're going to have to take that to the dealer. That was a huge fuck up on my part. At least I didn't start the tractor. So, but it's still a stupid ass thing to do. Like I said, I don't know if it's age, antidepressants, chronic depression, or COVID brain. It's caused me to do some stupid shit. Good night, Rita. You have a good night. You've been going to bed a lot earlier, Rita. Yeah, I read quite a bit about that. You don't want those sit-and top kayaks. No, they're cheaper, but I'll tell you where a sit-and top kayak could be good. If you were taking your family to the beach and you're fucking around 4 or 5 foot water, and you're going up and down the beach and you're putting your kids on it and pushing them around between you and your wife, but it really limits you when the weather gets colder. You don't want that water splashing over. Those tend to be the cheaper kayaks. And, if you were in a tropical place or Florida in the summertime, where the air temperature is the same as the water, who cares? I mean, you're never cold. The water's coming over the top. It doesn't matter. But there are times of the year where you don't want that water touching you. And a sitting on top kayak, I mean, if you're out there in calm water and there's no waves, you're going to be able to get away with it. But overall, once again, depending on your application, I passed on those very early. And believe it or not, they're hard to get in and out of compared to like a good, comfortable seat. And they will break your back over time. Yeah, if you put that shark tracker on your phone, you'll see where I'm over there in like near Port Royal in Hilton Head. Shit, there's tons of those sharks out hanging around out there all the time. You go out there, I mean, I gave Mary a whole bag of shark teeth, and that's where they were all found, right there. I'm talking about big-ass sharks, too. Great whites, that kind of thing. Shit. I wouldn't swim in there for $1 million. Yeah, I know. I don't know how I know how I did it, but I'm not. I'll own it. But I know what happened. Yeah, Daisy wanted more to eat. That's why she was bitching. Yeah, shark trigger is interesting as hell. What interests me is the distances they cover. Yeah, that's a good one. Shark tracker, yeah, that's fun. So we'll see what the future holds for me. But, it's going okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, a black Sharpie. You got it. I should have done that before. You'd think having a red one and a yellow one would be good enough. No, I'm marking them. Don't you worry. Marty's done it 3 times. I mean, everybody I've talked to's done it. I didn't want to be part of that group, though. Too late for that. Yeah, it is different, but you're not smelling it when you're pouring it in. Yeah. And I was used to that, like water up near where Mary's at crystal clear water, even at Irons Park in West Branch. It's not like that down here. It's all kind of murky looking, muddy looking. Yeah, stuff happens. Yeah, which is exactly why I don't ride a motorcycle either. All right, well, you nighty night, Mary. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it does. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, I got a lot of emails from people said they did it. Yeah, I'll be at chat tomorrow. Yep. You guys, Mary, before you go, do you think there's anything to that COVID brain? Now, most people that I've talked to that had it told me it was 6 months before they totally got over it, and I think I'm going on 2 months from when it started. I think I'm on my 3 weeks that it quit bothering me. I caught it 2 months ago. Do you think there's anything to that COVID brain? Yeah, I'll party tomorrow. Yep. God damn it. Yeah, I'm having a little memory problems. Like, not, yeah, I would say yes. And that fuel thing is a perfect example. And a couple other little things like that. Nothing major, but, I don't know what to hang my hat on. I mean, even if I could, I wouldn't fly an airplane now. No way. I'd be forgetting to put the fucking gear down or something. Well, I hope that goes away. Yeah, I got to start getting more exercise, yeah. I'm going to try and get Marty to get in shape, too. Yeah. Yeah, brain fog. Yeah, I had that for sure. Not all the time, but I've had it on a couple of things. Yeah, brain fog. But I got so many goddamn irons in the fire. I mean, I'm trying to think, is it age, which of course affects your memory? But I got a lot of shit memorized. I don't have any problem with. Well, I'll tell you what gets me is like the fuel thing as an example, or I'm afraid I'm going to forget something in the oven. That kind of shit. Uh, you know, those are that's the kind of brain fog. Like I got a million numbers memorized that I have no problem with. But just stupid shit like that. Like one day I left Daisy out and didn't realize it. And I went out the back door and took the tractor and drove it to the back of the property. And I came back. Here comes Daisy running around the corner. It's like I forgot I'd left her out. That kind of shit. And I'm just trying, I'm almost like, making a list and checking it twice now on stuff to keep from doing that. Oh, you think so, Mystique? No, can't candles, bladder disease, sure. Yeah, I can't get into that yoga stuff. Plus, I'm taking these antidepressants. I don't, I don't really notice any side effects, but I just don't know. I got too much. I mean, take your pick. I mean, and who just forgets stuff? I mean, there's young people that forget things, that haven't had COVID, that aren't on an antidepressant. So, I mean, this is what's hard to decipher. You know, you're always trying to blame that there's something that is going wrong because you didn't remember it, as opposed to just not remembering it without cause. Yeah. Simka, do you think that you mean like antidepressants or everything? Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, maybe hip too, yeah. Yep. Oh, does it, Miami? Okay. Yeah, I don't think the divorce thing causes me any stress. I'll tell you what's weird though. You know, I've emailed back and forth to this attorney. He seems like a good guy, and I like his secretary. And they sent me another email today. Will I please send him my home address? I've sent it to him 3 times. This is like the third time. Everything else they claim to be getting, but why aren't they getting when I send my home address? You know, I said I've sent this to you guys 3 times. I put in parentheses, I'm not being rude, but I don't know why they're not getting it. Yeah, I mean, one thing I got in my mind a little, not a lot. I mean, you know, I mean, I'm at the age now where you can't believe you made it this long. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm probably going to die down here. Most likely. And I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter where you die. West Branch wouldn't have had any meaning. Where I grew up wouldn't have had any meaning. I'm certainly not going to get buried in Florida. I mean, you'd have fleeting thoughts of this throughout life, and now it's getting to where, what am I going to live? You look back how quick 20 years went by me. I haven't seen my wife in 15 years. And when you look at 15 years in the future, I'll be lucky if I live that long. And you just never know where you're going to end up. And I guess, I really don't, I don't know, I thought it'd be different than this. Oh, really? Fantastic. Upsetting. Yeah, and I got a lot of weird numbers. Like, I know all Marty's code numbers to all his alarms and stuff like that, but, I mean, so what if you forget one of those? I'm forgetting stuff like the wrong fuel, man. I can't believe I did that. And like I said, I left Daisy out. Shit, I'd tell you some more examples, but I can't remember them. Yeah, that's what everybody says. I mean, nobody wants to and here's the thing too, and I always think of this, and that is that it's not absolute, but the best indicator of your future is your past. It is. I mean, who hasn't started working out, changing locations, switching relationships, trying new careers? I've done all that shit a million times, right? And nothing's really that exciting. And then I get to this age, and it's like, I think if maybe as short as 5 years ago, I don't think I could have handled what I'm doing now. I just went crazy. Hey, salty girl. But you never know, what I'm saying is you don't know how it's all going to wind down. And this is like I don't want to say a shock to me, but here I am sitting on a porch in a little town in Georgia. It's crazy. Yeah, you're right, T-Stack. See, I've really kind of got out of tune with Daisy's verbal clues. She didn't get enough food, but she's been hardly eating for months. So she wanted a full can of food, heated. No, you're right about that, Sharon. Considering my age, absolutely true. I didn't think there were any bears here, but I think Blue Malibu or somebody looked it up. That somebody had one on their porch here in Crawfordville a couple years ago or so. But not much. Yeah, I'm up for a chat. Yeah, I could do it. Yep. Yeah, Daisy's, it's unbelievable she's bouncing back. Hey, this vet was telling me tonight, he has people bring dogs in there, does the procedure, never hears from them again. They don't come to pick up their pet. Can you believe that? Yeah, the little towns here are really cool. Washington's a cool town. Isn't that sad? Yeah, I haven't seen any, Mark. I haven't seen any. There are some, though, because I'll show you next time I do a live. There's some skeletons at the end of this porch. The skulls of feral hogs. I haven't seen any, though. This used to, I think a couple times this was used as a hunting camp, this property. You know, they got the things that you hide in and bait the animals around here. And that's, I bet you money, that's why this land was cleared to begin with. Because you can't sit in one of those things and see the animals walk across. Yeah, can't pay the bill. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. He had another dog that the worst case of parvo in the world. He said this thing just threw up and crapped like blood all over the cage. And he said he'd come into work every morning. And he said it was so sad. He'd come in through the back door and you could hear the dog's tail hitting the cage because he knew it was him coming up to open up the veterinary clinic. So he was medicating the people, and the people just quit paying the bill through the treatment for parvo. Kind of another deal and not picking up your dog. So it ended up, the whole thing through this treatment and stuff was a $1,500 bill. And he said, hey, you guys can pay me $100 a month. They said, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Never paid any $100 a month. Another 3 months go by. He gets more attached to the dog. Now, this is a veterinarian. And he says, hey, look, you give me $100 and we'll just forget it. Never hears from him. So he has his secretary. He's got it another month now. He has his secretary write a letter to the people and say, hey, look, how about if I just send you a letter and you agree to give me this dog, release all ownership to it, and I'll keep it? He said that damn letter was back in 2 days, signed by those people. It was notarized. So they gave him this dog. He said the dog ended up living. He ended up taking it home and making it a pet, and it lived for 11 years. And it's just an absolute miracle that he'd never saw a dog that had parvo that bad that lived. And here it ended up being a great pet. He said it was the best dog in the world, kind of like Daisy. You talk to him, you know, there's never any training or scolding or treats or any of this shit. These dogs observe your behavior and kind of act accordingly. Isn't that neat? Yeah, strong will for life. I don't know what the temperature is going to be tomorrow here, but it seemed somebody told me that it's going to be hot all week. Yeah, prevented. Yeah, isn't that something? He told me he had a chow one time attack a worker walking it out in the backyard. Bit her up, both arms and hands. Nah, I'm kind of. I got to go over to Washington. We have a couple okay restaurants here, Diana's and Nick's Place, but really I go to Thompson when I want something good. Pizza, tacos, that barbecue place, or to that hot box in Washington. No, there's just a creek. We have a pond, but no, you don't have the rivers running around here like you do. Now that Lake Oconee, Oconee, is about 20 miles to the west of me. No shit. Yeah, well, you can walk around here. Like, there's a lot of open land. There are walking trails. Yep. Wow, and that's Florida temps hot too, huh? Oh, good for you. Oh, really, Simka? Oh, really, Pug? Salty girl, you got down to Indian Atlantic anymore? Holy shit, Kim. Oh, good for you. I love that place. See, Salty girl, the beaches aren't like that in Hilton Head. Not at all. That's a gorgeous beach behind that restaurant. No, those pizzas are great, aren't they? They're really good. Yeah. Oh, did they? They like it? Oh, God. I've thought of buying a little condo down in Indian Atlantic just to go down there and hang out, walk the beach. I love when the storms come through there. It's not a better place to be. Salty girl, if you ever want to go to that Radisson, get a night at that Radisson. It's like kind of dated, but it's worth it. Get like on the sixth or seventh floor. You're right down the road from Indian Atlantic. It's just great to just sit out there and drink beer and listen to the waves crash. Yeah, I love water storms. Yep. Ugh. Salty, do you ever go down there and watch the turtles lay eggs? Yeah, Hilton's Head's okay. Oh, were they really, Simca? No kidding, huh? Because if you look at their reviews, people bitch about them being rude. So that's nice you had a good time. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you're right, Tastic. Yeah, that's how I am. I don't watch much news. Yeah, that Weston is at the beginning of the neighborhood I stay in Hilton Head. That's right on the beach. It's crazy expensive though. No, Mark, I have not. No, that's pronounced Boblo, I think. It's crazy as it sounds. It's not pronounced how you'd read it. You gotta get there. I don't even know how you get there. I guess you have to have a boat. Yeah. No, I have not. Yeah, me too, hip too. No kidding, Simca. You talking about Bizarro, Simca? No, I don't believe it, Mystique. What a jerk. Oh, a ferry. There is a ferry that goes out here, huh? Is that one of the Mackinac Island ferries that do it? Like a charter? You mean like fish to eat or like sharks that'll bite your leg off? No, me either, periwinkle. Nope. Oh, no kidding. That's cool. Oh, no kidding, Mark. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. I mean, you'll love it there. Yeah, it'll be cool. I don't really know too much about that island. Is there houses and businesses and stuff? Oh, cool. Yeah, you're right, salty girl. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Lots of natural rivers. That's true. You know, I never see anybody fishing there, though, to tell you the truth. It's weird. Oh, Airbnb. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I see you. That's true. Yep. Oh, really? Salty? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay, Mark. Oh, mud skippers. Yeah, you wouldn't like Airbnbs if you owned a bed and breakfast. They're actually illegal in Hilton Head, at least in the neighborhood I stay in. You can't have it. Maybe that's an HOA thing. No short-term rentals. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Salt, do you ever catch any grouper out there? Yeah, you're right, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, right, Simca. Yep. Yeah, you're right, Mystique. That happens. Yep. Oh, really, Simca? I had a guy I went to high school with. His son committed suicide over in that Blue Ridge Parkway. Hey, Salty, what's the biggest grouper you ever caught, and did you eat it? Oh, really? Oh, Shenandoah National Park. Oh, really, Simca? Oh, cool, Salty. Now that 20-pounder, was that a ton of fish to eat? There you go. Oh, good. Oh, that's cool. Huh. Yeah, that's another thing that never interested me, hiking the Appalachian Trail. No thanks. Let's see if Daisy's still sacked out in the bed. Look at Daisy sleeping. She likes the fan blowing on her. Ceiling fan. Yeah, I can't go to bed hungry either. Yeah, sleep good tonight. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like try that. I like a good fish because it's harder to get. Well, you guys, I think I'm gonna eat one more of my rice or my ramen noodles things. Take a shower, brush my teeth, watch a little TV, get up and do it all again tomorrow. A little ICU, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know when I'm going to start it. I could be starting it now. I just haven't got around to doing it. You know, Marty's still getting over this COVID, and we got to get a survey and a septic tank and all that stuff. And I just don't want to like bring up shit when I know he's not 100%. Good night, my enemy. Salty Girl, you have a good night tonight. Yeah, I'll chat tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, I'll come on at 9 o'clock. Yep. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow at 9. I don't think I have much phone, much. What happened to ICU? I didn't see anything. Good night, Mark. See you, Frisky. Nighty night. See you. Bye, Simka. See you, Hey Pug. See you, Mystique. See you, Hip to my trip. Bye, Tesdick. The Manic. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. About 20 minutes, Hip. About 20 minutes I could. Good night, Jeff. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.